My guest today is known as the best skinner in the game, but recently he had a little break from Trackmania, but now he's back. And he's back around the time the Trackmania Awards will start again. And if you recall correctly, it was him and me who decided to actually start a show. So yeah, let's see what he thinks about the show and Trackmania in general. But first of all, Schumi, how are you, man?
I'm fine, thank you, Eric. Thank you for hosting this show, and let's discover what we have to see, what we have to discuss today.
Can you tell us, for people who might not know who are you actually? What do you do in Trackmania?
Well, I've been playing for almost 5, 6 years now, and almost 5 years ago now, I started doing skins for several teams in the game. I've been very lucky to skin for the very best teams and players in the world, like I did for Team Acer, Carl Junior, Brand, and stuff. And I think that's the thing I'm mostly known for in the game, but I think I'm also a decent player. I've been playing for French team in Nations Cup and also for Picardy back in the day. And now I'm going back and I'm really determined to show what I'm able of to do in game as well as the skins.
Yeah, let's talk about skinning. You said you're probably most known for that, and you're probably the guy in Trackmania who is most known for skins. Can you tell us how did you start skinning?
Well, I always like to paint and play with colors with all my stuff, even at home, and even at school. I was the guy that was always playing with my pens, and I'm a huge fan of motorsports, and I love colors, so it wouldn't naturally. That's Steve, the one that made me discover the skinning, and the first skin I made was for my team, and then I simply asked for Team Dignas to do it for free, a one for free, and it was Pam that I contacted, and he was pretty happy about what I did. So that's where it all started, and then I did I don't know, maybe 50 skins now, and I just still love it as the first one I did.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a very good experience.
Is there any skins in particular that you are more happy about than others?
I think it's a very subjective question, but yeah, I do have favorites. Maybe maybe the first one I did for MCon mouse control back in the day was it was simple and clean, but something I just loved it, the colors and everything. The first one, the older ones that I did for Planet Key Dynamics, basically they were probably my best by a technical point of view and also by the aesthetic overall. And I don't know, I think I tried a lot of concepts and I don't know, yeah, um, maybe the one I did with Red Bull and the camo painting was pretty good as well. But I don't have a specific one that I love the most. I all like them, I think.
You have probably gotten a lot of offers from different teams, but is there any funny offer, like a weird offer, someone who want to, let's say, the face of themselves on the skin or anything?
No, there's well, there have been some customers that were a bit bad in the way they behave with me, but overall it was very straightforward, and I didn't really have any problems doing skins. And yeah, it was always it was always very simple between me and the people I worked for. So that's a good point as well, because you don't want to make a skin for someone you don't like, or yeah, I think it was pretty good overall.
I asked you about the best skin. I was surprised you didn't mention the Huntmania skin, but because I think that's actually the best one. But
Yeah, it was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one, definitely.
you might be the most known guy, and for the longest time, you was probably the only guy, or at least one of the only guys. But today, we see a lot of people making skins. You have color, you have pikes, and so on. What do you think
Yeah.
about the skinning scene in Trackmania at the moment?
Well, I've seen Pex choose to stop his skinning career.
Yep.
I think he was the one that worked the most in recent years. He did an awesome job, and maybe now there is Color and Getax that pops up as the next ones, and I think they're doing a good job. And we'll see. Yeah, there is Anto as well, but I feel a bit sad because they are. I think there are too much skinners now, and we don't see the same dedication that Diff and then I and then Pex have had in the past. So we are. I mean the um, the basic level of skinning is going down overall. So the average level, I mean. So that's a bit bad for the game, but overall, I think there will always be some sick skinners out there, and I think you should always. I think we should all be be we should all be stay tuned for 2019 because I bet there will be some sick skins coming up.
Is there any reason why you actually think the sort of level is going down? Is it simply because the best guys have stopped, or is it something else?
Maybe it is, and maybe also because there are a lot of skinners that comes up and pops up occasionally on the scene, but they don't put a lot of dedication in what they do, or maybe at least they don't have a lot of technical skills, so they they deliver skins very quickly and very regularly, but you don't like them as much as the skins you were used to see with Specs, Diff, and I. So yeah, that's my point of view. I mean,
I don't want to ask you how much you make, but I can ask you because if Trackmania had used the microtransaction that you can actually make money
mm,
in game for skins, I would think the skinning scene would probably be a lot bigger and the game itself. How
yeah.
how do you feel about this unused opportunity to actually make money from the game itself?
Well, when you see some of the games like CS:GO, for example, where the trading skins is a very important business, you 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 would say that Trackmania lose some things, but that would be lovely that it would be the same case in Trackmania. I would love that, and I think I would make it a job as um, a real job. I mean, out of it, so I could work every day on skins and do sick stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I think first of all that people in general don't understand well how much time is it on, how much dedication is it to make a skins, and establish very little details that not everyone see as well. So I would say I would love the game to go on bigger and bigger. I think it deserves so. We saw it with the recent World Cup that it deserves to be much better. And of course, that would be also a good opportunity for the skinning part of the game.
The last question about skinning. You said that you have probably done everything you can do in the game, skinning wise. You have made skins for Brand, Carl Jr., Dingtas, and so
Mm.
on. But is there any project you're looking forward to, or any project you want to have, like upcoming in 2019?
Well, for now, I have plenty of orders already, but I have some ideas. I want to pay tribute to Big Tree, the Norwegian team. I think it has the best logos, the best tag in game and stuff, and I would love to do a skin again. Back in the day, I did a skin for them, but about a week later, they announced that they were disbanding, and we never saw them again. So I don't know. That's just an idea for now, but maybe I will do something. And if anyone has an idea, or I think I will do more public skins just for the community because that's cool to share what we're able to do for everyone. But yeah, I think I will see with time maybe some Formula One skins as well for the 2019 season. I don't know yet.
Hmm. Let's talk about the professional scene. How was your way into, let's say, your first team?
Well, in the past, I used to play Trackmania Nations, but I was only playing NASCAR and Formula One maps. I wasn't even drifting on the turns. But I really started tech with Night Gamers. It was a small French team. And actually, my first competitive match was with them was against Team Dignitas. It was at the Stadium Team Cup. I don't remember what edition it was, but it was a good way to begin really. And then I stepped up a bit, and I went to Team So, which is a very known French team for the French players. I mean, and we achieved some good results. We ended up in quarterfinals at the next Stadium Team Cup. And I have plenty of good memories of this team, and still today we are close friends. I know them pretty much in real life as well, and yeah, it was a good team. And today there are a lot of guys who come from this team that are the pro level. Brian was so, for example, Cap was so as well. And today these guys are playing at the World Cup, so that's insanely good.
Yeah, what do you think about when you see your old teammates having improved so much and actually competing against the best of the best in the world?
Yeah, well, for Cap, that's the first big one I discovered and played with. He was very talented. He was able to put some sick times and being very consistent in matches, in team matches. And then there was Bren. When I created Smartline, it was with Gui and I, the third admin, if you want to say so. And quickly he had the proposition from Dignitas, and I told him directly, just go for it, you deserve it, and I bet you will kick some ass in Dignitas, and that's what he did. So yeah, yeah, this guy was very, very talented, good in all styles, very fast learner. Yeah, yeah, it's insane to say. I was at the World Cup and showing him being the best French out there. That was kind of a surprise to me because I know him very much, and I know that tech isn't really the best style he likes playing. And yeah, he's able to put sick performance in this style as well. So that's insane.
How was your way over from Smartline and to Planet Key Dynamics?
Well, I led Team Smartline for about 6 months, I think. We won the ESL Open League One, I think. The final was against M&M. It was a good match, and then we played the Stadium Team Cup. I think we were a good team at the time, but maybe we were too much, and that's what probably caused the disband in the end. And yeah, alongside the Team Cup, I was playing the Nations Cup for France, and I played the final against Team Netherlands. I played the first map and we won the match overall. And couples of days later, I was working on a skin for Planet Key Dynamics, and at the same time, Flo proposed me to join the lineup, and you my decision I made my decision very quickly because I saw it in there in a very good opportunity to step up and keep progressing. So yeah, it was a good time for me, definitely.
Yeah, for people who might just see the scene today and see that Planet Key Dynamics or what it is at the moment, we can tell them that
Yeah,
at the time you joined, it was two big teams in the game. It was Team Dignitas and Planet
yeah,
Key Dynamics. Why do
exactly. Yeah, I think we were the main opponent to team. It was still Dignitas. No, I think it was Expert Black at the time already.
yeah, I might not know.
Yeah, yeah, I think we were the two strongest teams, and they were strong as well. And yeah, that's the team where my teammate was. insanely fast, insanely quick. And yeah, I've played like with mythic players like poker. Poker was so good. It was, when you play when you train the maps on servers, there is the Demania HUD, and you see if you are in front of the first Demania. And this guy, he was like pretty much always in blue instead of being red and being late compared to time. That was insane. There was Kappa as well. He didn't play much of team matches, but when he was training, he was very dedicated indeed. And yeah, he was a great team. Um, I don't know. I saw the team recently against Gamers Origin last weekend, but yeah, it has changed. Flo was also a very good manager. I think Yeah, I think he was a good manager. Maybe the team was lacking of team spirit back in the day, and that's what made probably the difference between Steam Expert and us. But yeah, overall it was a great team.
I say that we have Planet Key Dynamics before and after Flow. We sort of see a quick change after he left, the
Yeah.
team goes down. Why do you think the reason is that Planet Key Dynamics ain't able to perform like it did the days you were there?
Well, basically, when Flo announced that he was retiring, uh, the whole team was kind of stopped. Um, People started to end playing. It was the time I retired, I remember, and there was also it was the time also that there was PKD Blue, and I think that wasn't a good move because it was too much player to manage, and no one had time to do so. So that's what was not good for the team. And no, I don't know. I didn't follow a lot when I was away from the game, when I was overseas, but I don't have. Maybe they should reconsider the way they are leading the team, the way they are recruiting people, the way they train and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. And I think a lot of good players left the team. Danny KB, for example, Poker as well, Kappa as well, obviously. Yeah, so I think those are the reasons that they are not as good as they were in the past.
I remember before you sort of left officially, you wanted to play Trackmania Pro League Season 1, and I offered you to play 400 Mania, and being the highest played gamer in the Trackmania scene.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. Somehow I regret a bit that I didn't play those leagues, but because I really want to play solo matches now. I think that's what you can enjoy the most in Trackmania. I loved playing at Gamers Assembly, for example, and I think there are some of these cups coming up in the next close future, maybe at the beginning of the year. So I think I will try to participate in that. I registered in the esports students cups, which is for the French people that are students, and I think that will be a good way to go back to solo events, and we'll see how I'll perform. I think I can do well, and yeah, just let's see.
So it's safe to say that your main motivation player-wise is solo events and not team events.
Well, I don't know. I've got some offers as a team player as well. Maybe I will. I don't know. I loved managing Team Smart Light, for example. It was a good experience to make a team, motivate everyone, and I think it's a good managing experience, and it's always good for the future in real life. You learn a lot about yourself, about managing, about working, the way you work. The Well, I think Trackmania was a very good tool for me. I learned a lot of stuff, graphically wise, video wise, team building wise. So yeah, I think if I get an opportunity, maybe I will do that, and we'll see. I would love to at first to play solo tourneys, but it's always good to play with friends as a team. So just let's see how it will go.
You talk a lot about managing teams. At the moment, there are a lot of free agents in the game, French people as well, Coco, Roa,
Yeah, true.
Omnipods, and so
That's
on.
true.
Is your
Yeah,
dream
that's
to
true.
actually be the manager of, let's say, the French lineup, the best French team?
Mm, I don't know. Um, I know very well Coco, but I don't know really the other ones, and I think they are really close between each other and with the leader of the ex-leader of E-Corp as well, Massin. So I think they will stay together. But about Coco, I don't know what are his plans and what he wants to do. I don't know if he's really interested in playing Tournament Cups. So yeah, um, that could be a good idea. But I don't know. I think I will focus more at the beginning on solo events.
Yeah.
To establish myself on something that already exists, and then slowly recruiting and making a good lineup. But I don't know yet.
And
Just
talk
I don't know yet.
and talking about solo events, last month we had the biggest of the year attending in Paris, France.
Yeah.
You were there and watched it. What was your overall experience?
Well, it was good to see everyone again after so long absence. To see the team so guys, Pex as well. We had a good discussion, and yeah, the show itself and the matches were the grand final was insanely good. I think I really think that was one of the best match we ever seen for the game. It was so close, and I want to give a very huge shout out to Softy for all the job he did, starting from the Trackmania polling and then bringing Trackmania again at the Paris Games Weeks. I think we don't consider well the time he spent for that and the amount of job he put to make it happen. So that we are lucky to have him in Trackmania. I think we have a community so rich in every areas of the game, in skinnings, in videos, in hosting cups, and that's so good to see that. But that's a bit sad that Nadeo doesn't push up, and it shows that the game has so much potential. And I'm curious what the future will bring. And yeah, I would like to. Well, in my dream, if like today tomorrow I wake up with a lot of money, I think I would consider buying again Nadeo and making a new team and growing the game as a UG sport. That would be a that would be a good thing
Yeah.
because I really think there are a lot of potential, honestly.
Yeah, that's for sure, and we can see some of the potential getting sort of used in France. They're popping up a lot, Serrero Cup as well. What is your overall feeling being a Frenchman and seeing the Trackmania scene in France?
Well, in France, it's growing up. It's known thanks to Zerato as well. That's a good way to showcase the game, obviously. But I think um, Nadeo, the producer of the game should do it as well, and that's what is missing. And also, the good thing is that it's known in France, but it's barely known it's barely known in Europe and it's unknown in Asia or of America. So that's also countries that are full of potential for esports, but Trackmania is not known there. So that's a bit sad. Yeah, I think I would instead if I were Nadeo, I would consider buying a huge communication plan in all over the world to make the game a bit more known. So that would bring players, and if there are more players, we can do more stuff about competitions and sponsors and teams wise. So yeah, that would be a goal.
I said in the intro that in 2016, me and you had the idea of starting the Trackmania Awards. Then it was
Yeah.
just me and you talking, but now it's up for a public vote. From your perspective, how have you seen the sort of show grow and the project? Do you like that it's now public, or would you wish that it was still just you and me?
Well, I think it's a very good thing that it's came public now, so everyone can vote and give his opinion. So the debate is way more open, and people feels more involved. So the name is more legit in the Trackmania Awards, I think, as well. So I think you've done a pretty good job out of it, and also all your the way you evolved as the Trackmania radio guy. I mean, the podcast and the interviews frequently. That's a good thing for the game. That's a good thing, so people can know. Maybe we are lacking of a written reporting as well, but
Yep.
the all the radio thing, the YouTube interviews, that's a fine job, and it's lovely that you do that. So keep pushing. And yeah, about the Trackmania Awards, um, I don't know how exactly how you will do this year, but because I don't follow so much still. But when we see the first version to what you will do this year, I'm sure it will be pretty sick. So I'm curious what it will be in the end.
Yeah, I can say that this year it's a jury of five community persons who come up with four nominees, and then it's up for voting from the 1st of December. But if you had to name any favorites in some categories, let's say player of the year, team of the year, event of the year, and so
Yeah.
on, is there anyone who sticks out for you?
Player of the year. I would go for. Uh, that's a difficult
It's a hard
question.
one this year, yeah.
Yeah, and as I didn't follow enough to have a proper opinion, I would say player of the year because Kappa won the World Cup and it's the biggest event, so that would make sense to me.
Yeah.
But when you see how it was close and everyone could have won it, I mean, Twin, Pac, and Carl could have won it. So Carl also won the Dirty Cup, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, that's a very close one. That's a close one. But maybe I would say Kappa. He
Yeah.
deserves it. Team of the year. I can't answer on that because I don't know enough. I don't know who won what, so I don't really know. Um, the surprise of the year in terms of players, um I would say Eager and Bren in tech. Seeing Eager is something great. I used to play with him in some cups in the past, and I knew he was the kind of guy that was really dedicated and that really wanted to step up. So that's good. Seeing them and seeing him, sorry, at the World Cup. That's a major achievement, being top 16s of the world. And maybe, yeah, I think that's the two ones I would pick. Um,
If I ask you this, you are sort of known as the best skinner in the game. We have Skinner of the Year coming up, or Skin of the Year as
yeah.
well. Do you have any view on this as well? Who is the favorite?
Certainly not me because I was not there this year pretty much. Well, I did like 4 skins, so that doesn't really count. Um, I think that would play between Bex and Color. Um, I would say Pex is skinner of the year for all the skins he did, and I think the average level of his skins are a bit slightly higher than what Color did. And skin of the year, that's a good question. I should consider this question pretty seriously. Um, well, I think I've done some good skins this year, even though uh, I did not made a lot of them, but Pex did some good stuff as well. Color late recently also. That's tough one, and that's very subjective because people like very clean stuff. Others likes when it's dark and there are a lot of effects on it. So, but in my opinion, I don't know. I should consider discussion. Maybe I will pop up and I will do the interview for that in your awards.
Yeah.
I should do that.
But
That could be great.
if I ask you a more overall question, we have the story
Yeah.
of the year as well. What do you think when we look back at 2018? What is the story that affected this year the most?
Um, Schumi being back? No, I don't know.
Schumi
I'm
being back.
joking. No, I mean, maybe Trackmania going back to the Paris Games Week is something major that we shouldn't ignore. Um, well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know because I didn't follow much
Yeah,
until now because I came back, but so I don't really know all the background stories. So I don't really know about that question. Uh, for me, as a spectator, all of this, I would say the major story of the year is Trackmania being back at the Paris Games Mix. I would say
yeah, that's for sure. Uh,
because that's major and that's basically all I saw from this year. So yeah.
I don't want to bother you asking more questions about the Trackmania Awards. Like you said, you have been gone for a while. But is there any topics in Trackmania that you want to talk about? Some days in the early days or recent days? Anything you want to talk about?
Anything I want to talk about? Well, I think Softy is a good example of how to develop the game and how is it easy to that it's not easy, but with some dedication we can all host great cups. And I think we have to make it as an example and follow him as an example because it shows that the game is able to develop itself on its own. And I would love to see some of the guys coming up with new cups and new events, even in team wise, because in team tourneys, I think it's pretty much all the same guys that manage events, and maybe it's a bit boring to do always the same formats, same cups. So that would be good to see new stuff. And I had something else to say, but I lost it somehow.
You lost it? Oh.
See, I wanted to say something so bad. Yeah, there is one event that I would love to see being back is the 24 hours of Trackmania. I
Yeah.
mean, the endurance race. I would love to see that back because that was the kind of event that was making the pretty much the whole players playing together, and it was like so fun. They had all levels playing, and everyone had fun at this event. And this is something that we should host every year at least once. I love that event. Honestly, it was one of the best cup I ever played.
Yeah, I think a lot of
So
people agree with you there and want that event
yeah,
back.
that would be lovely. Um, yeah, I would love to see that back. Maybe I should invest myself to do that.
Oh
We'll
boy.
see, but I would love to do so. And yeah, basically that's all I would say.
Yeah, I'm running out of questions. Is there any persons in the game besides, let's say, SoftDB that you want to shout out to who has affected your career and is the reason why you're here?
Well, huge shout outs to Team So. That's thanks to them that I really stepped up and that I led Team Star Smart Light then. Yeah, I would say it's Team So. So basically Salman, Ben, Coco, Cap, Rizbo, Shirley, and those guys. They are the best. They are the one that kept me online so much, and yeah, that's the guys I love playing with. So yeah,
Yeah, and thank you so much for doing this. And I believe 2019 might be the best year for you And anytime you feel like it, come back to Huntmania, and I will make sure that you are the highest paid player in the game.
Maybe yes, maybe I should consider that. Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you very much.
Thank you, man. Bye bye.
See you.